Yes. You mentioned earlier the it-thou principle says it's have no rights and thous have rights. We've been covering the city of Myrtle Beach for quite some time. Do you believe that perhaps there was a systemic culture of an it-thou culture here in the city of Myrtle Beach that caused this?
I guess I'm going to turn that over to our, I'm from Raleigh, North Carolina, so I'll turn it over to Myrtle Beach.
But to answer your question, I mean, of course, this has been going on in the city of Myrtle Beach, according to our witnesses and sworn testimony, for a long time.
And that's what I'm hoping is one of the things that comes out of this press conference today. A lot of agencies need to be asked a lot of questions about how they exercise power in this case to protect their own. One of the things I didn't mention, because you just can't mention all of it in this case, is that Myrtle Beach had imposed, not 3 or 4 weeks before the Benton raid, a body-worn camera policy. Issued body-worn cameras to all of their officers. Those included the officers who were actually on the Benton raid. Those included one of the officers that broke down his door and shot him 9 times. But he did not have his body-worn camera on him at the time because he had been directed by the DEU commander, Bill Knowles, not to have it. In fact, they had all been directed. Don't put on your body cameras. Don't turn them on. A direct violation of the corresponding Myrtle Beach City Police Department policy. Did anything happen as a result of that? Was anyone disciplined? Ask those questions. Ask those questions to current Chief Prop. Ask those questions to the City Council. Ask them to the Mayor. I mean, those aren't things we can do in a lawsuit. They're things you can do because you all are among the most important people in this community. You're the free press. You're the ones who can hold people accountable. You're the ones who can go in with knowledge and question them. But as far as I know, as far as we know, I mean, did you see any press conference held about this case in the last 4.5 years? Did you see anybody say publicly, we are very sorry, Mr. Benton? And members of the community, please understand we are addressing this issue. And here are the steps we are taking to address this issue. We're actually going to require our officers to wear uniforms when they go to people's homes. We're actually going to enforce the body-worn camera requirement here so that we don't have to speculate about what happened inside of a house. But, when there's no camera, police who wear those cameras know by and large that they're trusted. That if it comes down to a cop said, civilian said contest, and there is no video to resolve differences between cops and civilian statements, cops are generally going to be believed. They would have been believed here. I rest assured that this case would have been fundamentally different. There would have been no consequence for lying to SLED. I mean, there was no consequence anyway for lying to SLED. But there would have been utterly no revelation that there were lies. And Julian Benton wouldn't have had the most powerful weapon to prove those lies, which was video of it actually happening. And so, I think that I encourage you all to talk to these agencies who were involved. Talk to SLED about why their agents saw fit to accept lies on fundamental points in the investigation by their suspects, the people they were investigating for whether they had committed crimes in shooting Julian Benton. They just completely accepted their false statements about key issues. And then the 16th Circuit solicitor just accepted their false statements, rejected a civilian eyewitness whose statement that he made minutes after this happened without a lawyer. He didn't go get a lawyer and talk to a lawyer about what I should say. He immediately spoke to law enforcement and immediately spoke to the media about what happened, and he told the truth. How was he rewarded by the power structure in this community? Completely disbelieved. Those are questions that y'all need to pose to these agencies. Yes?
This is a very important question. From the courts, to the mayor, to the city, to the police department, did you see a systemic approach of protecting our own above and beyond the law.
Yes. You just saw it. I mean, what's happened? That's what answers the question. It's not my opinion. You know, we have a factual record that we developed over 4.5 years.